You and I are arguing, and you go into the closet you cry.
Okay.
You know, that's no vulnerability. I don't care. You're just trying to get me to shut up.
See,
and that's not gonna happen.
See, this is my husband's issue, guys. You would take it as manipulation.
That's how it feels to me.
And that is insane.
That might not be your goal, but that's how it feels to me.
It's definitely not my goal.
But that's how I see it.
Let's talk quickly about sharing vulnerability with your friends. And you feel like that none of them have ever been vulnerable with you up until this point.
I don't think so. I mean, we talk about things, but I don't think that's...
And I
think vulnerability would be me saying, calling up my friend and telling my friend that myself and Alexis, we are fighting. We haven't, God forbid, it's not going to happen, but myself and Alexis, we are fighting. We haven't spoken to each other for days. I'm worried. Now, that is vulnerability. And none of my friends will call me to tell me that I pray that it doesn't happen to them. You get what I'm saying? They might tell me, but at this point, no.
I wish I had some of them here because then it's like...
Oh, they can tell me, this is me being vulnerable?
Yeah.
Babe, they are Nigerians. They were not vulnerable. I swear to God. I'm under... It's just things that you say. You can say to them, it's just being you're talking to a confidant. Is that the word? Like
confidant?
Yeah. Like, oh, this is my good friend.
Yeah.
I can tell them. They know that they are low. They just need somebody to talk to. I think it's different. That's why I say your threshold for vulnerability is very interesting. I think to me, when I receive that, it's just they want me to listen to them and we can blame whatever it is together on that call, or we can just give everything back to God and be like, yeah, God help us. They're not being vulnerable. It's not like after the call, they went ahead and cried. I don't think so.
Well, guys, if you're listening and you have Augustus's friends and you've been vulnerable with him and he did not register
Send me
as
a
vulnerability, let us know.
Please. Because maybe I'm missing the mark as a friend, you know. Maybe I truly have. Maybe they're being vulnerable and
it's not registering to you.
Yeah, and that would be sad because that means I've been a terrible friend. But I genuinely don't think they're being vulnerable with me. We're just having a bro chat.
Okay, that's interesting. I think about it as far as my siblings. So like I said in the beginning, I kind of self-imposed this expectation to be calm-headed and to be like okay about everything. And just like something that's not massive, but to me felt like I was sharing something I wouldn't share. Deja's 25th birthday. We went to Florida. We surprised her. Yeah. And also my friend was also going to come and see me. And so I think it was like the second to last day before leaving. My siblings were just chilling, but I also wanted to see Icy. And so I felt conflicted. I was like, what do my siblings want to do? They've asked me to go to these places and I want to make sure they're happy and I want to meet their need, but I also want to go spend time with my friend because that's also nice, you know? And so I was conflicted and I was having anxiety about it because I didn't want to let down my siblings, but I also didn't want to let down my friend. And so I went to my sisters and I was like, guys, I'm feeling overwhelmed because I want to make sure that you guys are having a good time and I'm doing what you guys need of me, but also I want to spend time with my friend and that would fill my cup too. And so for me, that's a vulnerable moment because
that's a very low threshold.
I wouldn't share that with my siblings. I wouldn't tell them like
that you're...
that I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed at the moment. And then in sharing that, they were like, oh, we're good. We don't need anything. Just go hang out with your friend.
That's very American. That's why I need to be the parent that balance the scale. Hence, we're going to have children that will be like, I stopped my toe. And then now they say I share it. I'm vulnerable.
Babe.
Sorry. Continue.
Wow.
It's true, babe. That's not your low. It's just, you just have a moment where you had to make a decision. That's not vulnerability from my point of view. You're not being vulnerable. Vulnerability.
Well, maybe it's very subjective then. Is that the word?
Extremely subjective for sure. I also don't think they consider it vulnerability because they're not sharing any classified information. For me.
But it's for me. It's for the person that's sharing it with them.
So you're saying, you've been vulnerable by sharing that, I have two things to juggle and I need to make a decision about the two things that I'm trying to juggle. That's your definition of vulnerability towards them. Do you think they saw it as vulnerability?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
Or sharing like I think I've shared with him, wanting the desire to have children, but just being afraid about it because I want to make sure that I'm a good parent. And also it's a lot. And so sharing those kind of emotions with them too, to me.
That's good. That's good vulnerability to me. Yeah, I'm being honest with you. I feel like the word is so important that you cannot just throw it out for everything. You can't be like, oh, hi guys, by the way, I coughed yesterday.
Babe.
Yeah.
That is not what I'm saying.
We're telling you I have two competing priorities.
I think it really depends on the person who is sharing it and how they makes them feel to share that information.
I think fear, I see your points because you put yourself on this self-imposed pedestal, but self-made pedestal. But I think from my perspective, it has to be something that you're probably ashamed to talk about. That's vulnerability from my point of view. Something that you're extremely afraid to talk about, ashamed to talk about. Something that you have fears around discussing, right? Or something that would put you in a different light when somebody else hears that thing. That's, to me, when I hear somebody talk to me and it's ticking those boxes. See, you have a fear for your future. And you really, I just spoke to one of my friends and we had a whole conversation about that.
Yeah.
That to me, that's a vulnerable moment. I would not treat that like any other conversation because this person picked up their phone, they texted me and say, I want to talk. And then we talked. You get what I'm saying? We're not going to talk about what we talked about, but do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So that's a vulnerable moment. They say, this thing doesn't make me feel good.
Yeah.
I want to talk.
Yeah.
That's vulnerability. Because there's a fear that if another person that is not a trusted person here, they might feel judged about it. They have certain fear about the particular situation. That to me, that is vulnerability, right? Because so that's the way that I think about it. So something, say, vulnerability in our marriage is telling you that, say I like certain things, certain way. And not being judged in that particular instance.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think that's a good example of vulnerability. Because this is a PG rated podcast. But I just see that, I don't know why that came up as an example, but that's an example of, like, I'm thinking of instances where vulnerability, like those things where, I think I was reading a Reddit post, blah, 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 long story. But anyway, the point is that there are being vulnerable in that instances.
But if you're sharing something that you like, that's not based on fear or shame or with the tendency of being judged by other people. Okay, you're adding that one.
I think those are the three things. Like the fear of being judged. You have like the fear of being judged.
Or how you'd be seen after sharing.
Yes, how you'd be seen after. That's being judged too. Like it might change your perception, people's perception of you. Or
wait, so you feel like you've shared any of those things in those buckets with your friends?
No.
Why not? Because you don't have a reason to, or just because you don't want to?
It's because I think my curse is that I'm also able to rationalize things very fast. Or actually, no, I take that back. It might not come off as vulnerable. Yes, I've had those conversations with my friend, but the time that I have that conversation with them, I'm not in a vulnerable state anymore. I have rationalized it and I just need their inputs, constructive inputs on, oh, you've thought about this right or wrong. See, I have fear that I don't think I'm headed anywhere in my career. That's a vulnerable moment. It dawned on me like, oh, Jesus Christ, this is not going well. This is going to be a disaster. And then I would sit down and rationalize, oh God, what can I do to fix
Or you
this?
would come to your friends with like 3 different paths.
Yes. So before that conversation happens, when the conversation happened, I'm no longer at my lowest.
So the answer is no. You have not
yeah.
with your friends.
Yeah, I don't think I have. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately. Yeah.
Do you think that affects the way that you're vulnerable with me because you're not doing it on a normal basis? Is there anything that you think is?
I keep thinking about this. I don't think we've had truly and knock on wood. I'm not even gonna knock on wood. It's gonna happen because this is a marriage for life. We're gonna be, we've never had truly low points in this marriage. I pray that we have the strength to deal with it when it comes.
Well, actually, I think about you sharing like how deployment affected you.
Oh yeah, but again, see, that threshold is so different. It does affect me, to be honest. I think I told you about that several times. That's actually being vulnerable, but again, it wasn't. By the time I'm able to articulate that feeling to you, I have actually dealt with it and resolved it in my head. Does that make sense? I don't think it's healthy, but that's just the way it is. because sometimes I have feelings that I cannot really express to you. I don't know how to tell, even me, I cannot express it at that point in time. For example, when you were deployed and one day I went to the grocery store by myself. Yeah. Something that we usually do together on Sundays. Yeah. And it was so sad, you know? Yeah. Did I share with you immediately?
Yeah. No. I don't know if immediately, but you did.
Yeah, but I did tell you eventually. Yeah. That it's a vulnerable moment. I could cry in that particular moment. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't think you shared it with me
immediately as it happened.
Yeah, I think after you.
Yeah. Yeah. So in that particular moment, that's a very vulnerable moment. That's like a raw feeling. Like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
And then it happened, and then I'm like, bro. Okay.
You brought it up,
and
you brought it up after we were like during an argument. You're like,
yeah.
That's when you brought it up. But I was like, I had no idea that made you sad.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Yeah. But yeah.
That's interesting.
Very interesting.
Well, I think you should. Do you think you should work on that?
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say something.
Yeah.
No, I can't be manufacturing vulnerability, baby.
It's not manufacturing. It's just not feeling the need to
process it before sharing it.
Problem solve.
That's the thing. It's not because I don't want to share immediately. It's because there are certain feelings that I cannot express them to you.
You don't know how. Not because you don't want to. Yes, you just don't know how.
Exactly. I don't know how. So by the time I get to a point where I figure out why, it's done. It's solved already. The puzzle is gone. You get what I'm saying? It's not because I'm trying to hold back on you and I don't want to be vulnerable around you. No, that's not the case. Yeah. I'm not that kind of man. I'm not macho. Have I ever given you every impression that no. If everything is crashing down, I would crash it down immediately if I have to. But the problem is that when those things happen, or
maybe you are afraid to share what's happening in that moment. Like you could easily say, I feel sad.
That's not that. That's the thing. I can't tell you that I was sad because I wasn't sad in that part. I found the word sad after I had been able to process what was happening to me in that particular instance. I don't know how to explain. It wasn't sad when it was happening. When I was in that phase, I had feelings.
Yeah,
they were not joyous feelings,
right?
But it wasn't sadness.
Okay,
I couldn't call it sadness at that point. Okay. It was afterwards. When I got back home and I sat down, I said, that didn't feel good. That didn't feel right. I think I'm sad. I'm sad because typically it would be me and Alexis doing this activity, but now she's gone. It's just me. That makes sense. I felt lonely or I felt by myself. I felt isolated. And all of this is compounding because then I realized that, oh, damn, it's just me in this big ass country. My family are not here. My wife is not here. So it's just me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah, at that point, when all of those thoughts came together, I was like, oh yeah, I was extremely sad because she's gone. Right? Mm-hmm. I don't need to share it again at that point in time. Because now I figure out why. The only thing that can happen is, I think the thing that I can do to improve on is maybe down the line, I shouldn't wait until we have an argument to tell you that I was sad yesterday.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah. So you want the information fresh off the press.
Yeah.
It's not going to work like that. Because even me, I don't know what to type in the newspaper. I don't know. I'm still processing it. Like my brain is still trying to figure out,
But then your interacting with people based on how you're feeling now, but you're not telling them how you're feeling.
But you can't tell. I don't know how you people do it. It's not like I don't want to tell you. If it's possible, I like talking. You know that by now. If I can share the burden, I'll quickly push it to you.
I think this is how, like, I can easily tell when your energy shifts. Like when something's not right, or like you're not at your baseline. And for you, I think you have that tendency to, you need to be able to process and work it out before you share. And for me, I'm like, tell me what's wrong now, because
I don't know what to tell you.
Because I can feel it.
Which is good that you can feel it. But the truth of the matter is that I don't know. If I open my mouth, it's rubbish that will come out. I will just say gribish. I'm like, how about you go to block that? Do you understand? You're like, is he mad? No, I'm telling you, even if I try to articulate what's happening, it would not make any sense. 2 days later, I'll remember, that's not what I was trying to say.
Oh.
I swear. So it's not for the, but one thing I wanted to say is this, okay? Before we move on. I worry that we have not really had a low point. And I think I can't pray that we will not have it, because it's expected. We're going to be married for the rest of our lives.
Forever and ever.
Hopefully.
Ever and ever.
But, so those low points will come, right? My hope is just that my tendency to self-absorb and like try and figure things out on my own would not impact us too much in those moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that being an issue.
Yeah, I think so too. But also, I mean, it's good that we're having this conversation right now, because when it happens, which is going to happen, when it happens, you at least know the person that you're married to, in the points where, like, hopefully there's going to be a room to have a conversation, even if it doesn't make sense, which I can assure you wouldn't make any sense. The way we talk about it, I'll just be saying rubbish.
But that's okay. Why do you feel like it has to be a well thought out, calculated response and explanation of how you're feeling?
Because then it's not a conversation. If it's not going anywhere, if I can't tell you, how can you help me? I've just unleashed unnecessary burden.
But maybe you're thinking about it too deeply.
It's not that. It's just...
Because you could start from just describing what you were doing before you started feeling away. Yeah,
that's fair. I don't know. I think it's just, you're right. I think it's just like a self-trained situation where, again, there's never been an avenue to kind of express those kind of things, you know?
Do you think there are certain topics that can make you feel vulnerable to talk about?
Like what?
Like sex.
That's not vulnerability. Do you think sex is vulnerable?
I feel like that is ultimate. Well, I should say ultimate.
Babe.
I think, like for me, to me, like the idea of just being naked in front of a lot of people.
Why will you be naked in front of a lot of people? The fuck? What is she talking about? Why will you be naked? No, but I think, I have never felt any kind of... I think you're very conservative about sex. I don't know where that...
I know where it came from.
My conclusion is this. I'm not going to do this with any other person.
Yeah.
I might as well be as open-minded as I am with the person that I have to...
I'm like, what? Do I look crazy? Do I look weird?
No, the sex is never a vulnerable thing for me, bro. What are you talking about? No, Jesus. No, bro. Okay.
It's a very, like... You're just exposed.
Heavily exposed. I don't care, bro. No, for real though. I don't. And that's my rationale for it. See, I rationalize that in my head. Unless, I mean, okay, if I'm not vulnerable, quote unquote, because it's not even vulnerability in my dictionary, but you can call it whatever you want.
Guys, if there's any topics, are there any topics that make you feel immediately like, oh my gosh, I have to open up myself to talk about this thing? Let us know. Yeah.
What are your vulnerable areas?
Your vulnerable areas.
Yes. I don't know. Maybe I should think more about it. But I don't think sex is not a vulnerable area for me. I swear to God, it's not.
No.
Do you think it is?
I I don't think so.
No, it's not. I don't
know.
care.
I think sex is interesting because the way that it's displayed, everyone approaches it with 100% confidence. And I didn't approach it with 100% confidence because, one, you're my first sexual partner. And two, I'm not going to act like I know everything about it because this is my first
rodeo.
You know?
I don't know. I'm
not gonna act like a pro.
My approach to I don't think there's my approach to it is this. You get what you get. Hey, you get what you get. Now, if I'm doing something wrong, it's on you to say, this doesn't feel good. You need to do X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
I am open to being teachable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but hey, there's no manual. My father didn't see me there and say, this is how you sleep with a lady. Nobody does that for any man. I don't think it's in. Yeah. So
I feel like, yeah.
Do mothers do that for their child?
No, I think that's why we have sex podcasts now.
Oh,
and people have sex classes and stuff like that.
It's doing the most. I think it's biology. You're gonna figure it out. As long as you guys are open to saying, maybe slow down.
Maybe it's my obsession with being able to do everything well.
I see. So you want to get it right.
Yeah.
If you get it right, now I'm suspicious. Let's talk about your past. We need to talk about your past. Where have you been?
Where have I been?
Who are your mentors?
So you don't think that there's anything in our marriage that prevents you from being vulnerable?
I don't know, babe. I think our definition of vulnerability is just different.
Right? Or sharing.
I think sometimes though, I worry about your capability to handle things that comes out of my mouth.
Yeah, because your delivery can be ass.
So I have to deliberately, babe, what you hear is the best version that comes. Like that's my vulnerability. I swear, because I have to think about it before I present it. And unfortunately, when that happens, it's not the greatest version to you. And to me, I'm like, there's no other way. Yeah. So sometimes I have to, I think that's, if there's ever any instance where I open my mouth and I swallow it again, I'm like, it's because I worry about that. I think that's...
do you think it's from, because you're sharing something about you, or you're just trying to get a message across about me, or what you need from me, or feedback from me?
So in this instance, actually, I'm not thinking about my comment just now has maybe moved beyond vulnerability a little bit. It's like, because your question is, what are the things that impedes that kind of communication in our marriage, right? So for me, it's not necessarily, maybe things that I want to say to you, for example, I can just open my mouth and say it. I'm like, okay.
Is it about you or is it about me?
About us, me. No, not about me. About you, probably. About me, I don't care. Bro, I will say it.
Okay.
But like, if it's about you, for example, right, I would have to sit down and think about it, and I'm like, oh my God, how do I say this without Alexis crying? For example, let me give you an example. If you've been walking in your room all day and you haven't spoken to anybody, just an example, and you come and, babe, how is it going? And you have hot breath. I can't see how your mouth is smelling.
Yes, you can.
I'll be like,
and you have.
I'll say, babe, I think you need a girl. And that's how I tell you. Isn't that good presentation? I say, do you want some gum? I say, we need gum. But you and I. That's how I see that. You see?
That wouldn't make me unravel, babe. You're making it sound like
before we got to that
I'm
point.
A leaf.
No, be honest. Before we got to this point of comfortability in our marriage, it would, if I say something like that to you, no point in our marriage would you be like, wow, why did you say it like that?
You think it would bring me to point of crying?
Not point of crying, but it might lead into some us not having a great evening.
Because of my breath?
Yeah.
No.
And also my delivery in the early days would have not been we need a gum. My delivery like, it stinks. No, but I just use that because it's the easiest example that came to mind. But I'm saying there are instances where maybe I want to tell you things, but I also worry about how you will receive it. Because I probably don't have the best words to kind of present.
So you think that's a
roadblock to some conversations sometimes.
But you sharing information with me as feedback is an example of vulnerability, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, my ultimate goal is, this is a philosophy that I try to work with. I mean, it is what it is. You have me. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
And if you're not enjoying it, then that's a problem. And if you're not enjoying it in the sense that you can't say the things that are on your mind, you cannot fully express yourself, the things that frustrate you, the things that makes you happy, the things that you enjoy, the things that you don't enjoy, the things that you hate about this particular setup, then that's a problem. Because how long can you do that for? And that's the way that I also try to approach it. Like, I don't know. I'm going to tell you my mind. We might have a little bit of fight about it because probably didn't say it well, or it didn't sit well with you. But, bro, I can't fight with any other person about something that doesn't make me happy, because I can always choose not to talk to them or move on to something else. I cannot do that with you. Does that make sense? Okay.
What do you mean I'm trying to manipulate you with my emotion? Because to me, if I'm brought to that point, it's not because I'm trying to manipulate you. It's because that's truly how I'm feeling at the moment. And it's like I'm frustrated or I'm angry. And so that could be the reaction. It's not to try and sway you or...
Yeah, I know that might not be your intention, but look at it from this perspective. You and I, okay, not you and I, you're chastising AJ for the lack of better example, because we don't chastise each other, we communicate as adults. But you're chastising AJ that you love so dearly, right? You're telling AJ, what you've done is wrong. I don't want to do that again. Blah, blah. You're digging in on him, trying to correct him, and he starts crying. Would you continue to do that
if he's crying?
Like you can see that he's sad and he's crying. You're gonna draw it back a little bit, right? And
you don't want to draw back. You want to dig in, is what you're saying.
So now it's not AJ that we're talking about. You and I were arguing about something. You're passionate about your point of view. I'm passionate about my point of view, and I'm not passionate. This is something that didn't sit well with me. I want to get my own frustration out, right? I want to express how I feel, how this thing made me feel. You also definitely have your own feeling and you feel some type of way about it. You want to get that across. But while I'm in the process of doing mine, you've done yours or whatever, I'm in the process of doing it, you started crying. If I'm not wicked, if I'm not Pharaoh, or Pharaoh, you know Pharaoh in the Bible?
Pharaoh?
Yes, Pharaoh. That guy.
Okay.
And if I truly love you, I don't want to see you cry. The only thing I can do is keep my mouth shut at that particular point in time. Which means ultimately...
You feel robbed of your arguing.
I feel robbed of my opportunity to express myself or to narrate or to talk about how I feel in that particular instance. So, but maturity now is knowing that you're not trying to... It's not manipulation, okay? That was a wrong choice of word for it. And I don't think I use that word around you anymore. But the first, at least early months and years of our marriage, it's still early, but the first year or so, it usually come off as manipulation to me. I use that word as I use the word manipulation. It's the wrong choice of word. But I say that because it feels like after you've expressed how you feel, I've listened to you. I want to say how I feel. And then you start crying. I cannot continue to do that when you're crying. So I have to shut my mouth. Does it make any sense to you?
Yeah, but I'm thinking about if you do see me crying, or if I saw AJ crying, would it not make you ask the question to yourself, like, why are they crying? Are they crying because I'm just trying to get my point across, or is there something that's truly hurting them, or am I communicating my point in the best way? You know what I'm saying?
I but also think about it like, I get that, right? I get that. doesn't necessarily mean you want me to stop talking, but I have to stop talking because now you're crying. It's unfair for me to keep trying to talk to you at that point in time. I need to shut my mouth. I don't want you to cry. You know what I'm saying? How would you feel if you say, Augustus, you've done something wrong to me, and I go, and I start crying immediately? Would you keep talking?
No.
Would you feel like he didn't even let me talk before I start crying? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Thank you. But again, manipulation is the wrong choice of word.
Yeah.
I don't see that as manipulation anymore.
Good.
I just say, let it out.
You've grown.
It's okay, babe. You can cry all you want now. It's okay. Let it out. Cry is good sometimes. I'll keep my mouth shut. I'll go for a walk. I'll come back. And then we'll continue. That's just joking.
Well, you guys, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Share with us in the comments what you think or what vulnerability means to you, how you express it, when you express it, how it was expressed to you growing up. We'd love to hear, or I always say hear, but we're just seeing them. Yeah, we'd love to read them. And thanks again, you guys, for listening and the support. If you haven't subscribed, please do so.
Yes, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
We'll see you in the next one.
Peace.
Peace.